Estoril, because we're coming up to the start of the 12th and final race of what's been a rather riveting 2025 season for the Yamaha R3 BLU CRU World Cup. A championship that's been won convincingly by the 18-year-old from Pescara in Italy, Alessandro Di Persio, who will be going on to race in the new Sport Bike World Championship next season. Good morning then for weather. 21 degrees Celsius ambient temperature, track 25, humidity 63%, quite muggy out there. Just made my way across from the paddock to the top of the main grandstand where we can look down on the pit lane, and the crowd already applying the sun cream and purchasing the ice creams, I'm quite sure, in their selection of vantage points around the venue here. 4.1 kilometers, 2.5 miles. Come here off the back of Portimao here in Portugal, Misano in Italy, Donington Park in the UK, Balaton Park, that was new for this season, in Hungary, Aragon in Spain 2 weeks ago, and Estoril here for the final two races. Alex Di Persio pulled a blinder again yesterday to come through for another superlative victory. He's 7th of the season from 11 so far. But now we really focus our attentions on a multiple scrap for second in the championship. And it's just 9 points covering Kugawa, Agaska, Sales and Clark. 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Just to make this even more exciting than it already is, Di Persio here, number 69, did not qualify in the top 9 with his fastest lap from yesterday's race. He's only 10th on the grid here. It was Alessandro Binder from Switzerland, who's a newcomer in the series, who took yesterday's fastest lap to grab pole from Opanuki, and then Gomez, Palmolski, Krabacher and Turner, the Gene Machine, 6th on the grid. Pastore, Marquez, another newcomer from Motorland, then it's Di Persio, Kugawa and Imon Boccanegra, and Imon is absolutely desperate to get a win this season. So is Charlie Mendes, who was on the podium for the first time yesterday. Watch out for Agaska and Sales. That's a very, very exciting 5th row of the grid, which is completed by the American rookie Nathan Betancourt in 23rd place. Well, I've got a funny feeling that this is going to be a dramatic one. Greg Haynes with you here in the commentary box. Alessandro Binder with you here on pole position for Switzerland. Thank you once again for your rather amusing, in most cases, comments coming through yesterday on the Yamaha Racing YouTube page. And thank you to all of you who followed us here on the Yamaha Racing's YouTube and also on Discovery Plus if you're watching in the UK. Across this season, it's been a great campaign. We've seen some real talent coming up through the ranks as the Yamaha BLU CRU initiative continues to thrive all the time. This is the last warm-up lap of the season, down into the right-hander of turn 3, first gear corner. This is where the second of the 4 sectors begins on the lap here, and then they're up to the first left-hander, which can catch you out because it's been a while since you've been on the left, and the tyre cools down. Who is going to get this second place? Because Di Persio is now 101 points in the lead of the championship. It's Japan's Tepai Kugawa, Indonesia's Arai Agaska, 2nd and 3rd with only 2 points between them. A further 2 points back is Super Mario Sales, the Brazilian, and 5 points behind him, 5th in the championship, and 9 off second place is the man who's really been second for most of the season, actually, Chris Clark from the United States of America, but he had to take 2 long lap penalties yesterday, and it really cost Chris. It was very unfortunate. Fell down the field to 18th place and therefore outside the World Championship points, or should I say the World Cup points, here in the Yamaha R3 BLU CRU series. All of these riders have come up through the ranks in various series around Europe and the world, because the BLU CRU is divided into many different championships, and this is the World Cup. Now, those of you who are awaiting news on next season's calendar, I'm delighted to tell you it will be announced once again alongside the World Superbike Series, and that will be coming in Jerez in Spain next week. So watch out for that. There are your top 5, and look how close those points are for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, with the Percio already the champion. The drill is the red lights will be switched on for a minimum of 2 seconds, but no longer than 5. And when the lights go out, the race will start. Who's going to get the best run down to turn 1, and who's going to get this 2nd in the championship in what is an absolutely spectacular 4-way fight full of talent. Keeping them all waiting is the 3rd place rider on the grid. Finally then now, Gomez pulls into position. That's Mauro Gomez, one of the Spanish rookies. But here we go then for the last time in 2025. We're going to get some racing in the R3 Blue Crew World Cup, and it's go at Estoril. Alessandro Binder for Switzerland leads away from pole position. Number 85 on one of the Jakob Smertz bikes. But Okanuki from Japan, number 31, dives up the inside. The Gene Machine, it's Turner, number 3, trying to bully his way through for 4th. Okanuki leads. Mauro Gomez has a look for 2nd, but it's still Binder in that 2nd place, and not for long. As we hit the braking zone of turn 3, Binder takes the lead. Are we going to see victory here for the Swiss rider? It's only his 2nd round, his 4th race. Well, not if Okanuki has anything to do with it. He's one of our regulars this season, and he's yet to win a race, despite having already finished on the podium on 2 occasions, almost touching and Binder on the inside curb there as we get down through the right-hander of turn 5 and into the interior parabolica on the opening lap. Mario Salles, number 42, looking very aggressive in the background. Oh, there's a touch there in the middle of the corner. That was Emanuele Pastore. Very, very fortunate to get away with that. And Alex de Percio down at Oreia corner is already in the lead. Would you believe it? He started 10th on the grid. Absolutely sublime racecraft again from the champion, the 18-year-old from Pescara in Italy. Now up through the chicane. It's pedestrian through here. Number 99 is Nathan Betancourt from the United States of America, the 15-year-old, making his debut here in the R3 World Cup this weekend in Portugal. Through the Ayrton Senna Parabolica. It's a very, very long start-finish straight here. No less than 1 kilometre. And the Gene Machine takes the lead. Turner, half Japanese, half New Zealand rider, leading on the number 3 bike. De Percio, number 69, is dropping down to even maybe 5th. 7 is Gomez, and 6 is Charlie Mendes, the rider from the Dominican Republic, who was absolutely overjoyed to finally secure his first podium of the season in yesterday's race 1. There's Binder, number 85, who started on pole for this race. Araya Gasker's having a big move up the inside, and there's contact. Down goes Tepai Kugawa. Tepai Kugawa, who is 2nd in the championship. He's out of the race. And if the others all finish, he's only going to be 5th in the championship, or maybe even worse. Your 2nd place rider in the championship taken down in a contact there into turn 3, and he can't believe it. So the 17-year-old from Tokyo is our first big name faller, and it's only lap 2 of the final race. He sinks to his knees. Head almost in his hands. That was not his fault, and he is down. So De Percio leads. A tap on the back of the bike there for Mauro Gomez, trying to encourage the others to follow me, basically meaning please don't let Alex De Percio get away. Mendes touches the green paint. That's exceeding track limits. If he does that too many times, he'll be given a long lap penalty. There's Alex De Percio. Gomez is absolutely flying in 2nd place. Great start for him. And Antonio Lima and his team are now reviewing the incident in the steward's office. Agaska on screen will be 2nd in the championship then, if it were to stay like this, which it obviously won't. Agaska is currently 3rd coming into this race and only 2 points behind Kugawa. Look at Kugawa, he'd fall to 4th. He'd actually just about stay ahead of Chris Clark. Chris Clark is currently in 16th place, looking to score at least a few points from this last weekend of the season. Very, very good start already, though, for Agaska, but particularly for Mendes. He's taken 11 positions already, up to second from 13th on the grid. De Percio up 9 to the lead from 10th on the grid. Binder runs a bit wide. Pastore, who had that very scary moment at the interior parabolica on lap 1, when his front tyre touched the back of the bike in front of him, has just set the fastest lap of the race. And Emanuele Pastore, who won the super finale here last year, which was a special one-off event, is currently in 10th position. There is Sales. Super Mario Sales, 4th in the championship. Won race 2 of the season in Portugal, but that was Portimao down in the south on the Algarve. Can he now win race 2 in Portugal here at Estoril on the outskirts of the capital city, Lisbon? Look at Charlie Mendes. Fantastic manoeuvre, and what a shot that is. How many riders can you fit around the hairpin together? It could only be the FIM Yamaha R3 BLU CRU World Cup. Agaska takes the lead now. Araya Agaska from Indonesia, number 38, the 17-year-old from Mataram. He was a winner for the first time this season at Balaton Park in Hungary back in July. This now is Sunday the 12th of October, and it is all aggression again in the R3 World Cup. This is the start of lap 4, right up towards the pit wall, and that worked for Mauro Gomez Gonzalez on the Arco bike. It's almost 10 abreast down to turn 1, just as it was yesterday. I'm on Bocanegra on the inside line. He's raced under a Spanish flag, he's raced under a Peruvian flag, and now racing again under the flag of Brazil, while carrying the Ayrton Senna replica crash helmet here at Estoril, where Senna won for Lotus, his first F1 win 40 years ago in 1985. Senna, 3-time Formula 1 world champion for McLaren, 1988, 1990 and 1991. Wow, that Gomez, the 15-year-old, again almost jumping across that curb on the inside of turn 5 as though he were an entrant in the Grand National, but it's not worked because De Percio has maintained the leading spot. Okanuki now is on the inside line, and he's not the only one because Gene Turner's looking very, very aggressive as well. Gene Turner, number 3 in 2nd place. Lap 4 of 10. 19 riders covered by 4 seconds. That's Mendes with the flag of the Dominican Republic, part of the Caribbean. He was diving up the inside there. Leonardo Marques is number 9, another one of the Brazilian riders. And here's the 5 of Chris Clark. This is fantastic from Chris Clark. He's up into 11th place already. Valentino Konecevich, the Australian newcomer, number 54, is just behind him. Be careful not to touch, boys, on the start-finish straight. And certainly with the slipstream, speeds are exceeding 200 kilometers an hour on the run down to turn 1 here. And it does not get any closer than this. Here's a reminder of that fight for second in the championship. Kugawa is out of this race after being taken down into turn 3 on only lap 2. 3 laps ago. This is where it happened. And there's every chance Chris Clark could demote Kugawa to 5th in the championship if Chris grabbed just a few more positions. At the moment then, Agaska provisionally would be in 2nd place. And that would give him a 50% discounted entry for this championship next season. Sales provisionally 3rd in the championship for a 25% discounted entry to the series in 2026, and that will be our 6th season of the R3 World Cup. De Percio retakes the lead, and that's Gomez. He's been given a long lap penalty. He needs to rejoin cleanly, and he does. Didn't touch the white lines, didn't touch the green. That was beautifully done, but that was for irresponsible riding on the start-finish straight, squeezing other riders up towards the wall, and of course we saw him ducking inside the white line, which is classed as very dangerous indeed. That white line is there for rider safety, and if you're between the white line and the wall, it can be very, very perilous with that concrete wall on the inside. And not just that, it's where all of the pit boards go out, so you could danger yourself, other riders, and those mechanics and team members who are operating those pit boards. Down the start-finish straight, De Percio. Turner is number 3, De Percio is 69, 4 abreast, 5 abreast. Agaska with the red helmet, number 38 from Indonesia on the inside line. It's Mendes who sweeps in front. A few of them running quite wide in the background, one of which was Danny Krabacher, the Austrian, number 81, the 17-year-old rider from Zams, part of the BLU CRU Austria initiative. Agaska, as you can see, here he is. Now has the fastest lap of the race on a 1:55.4. And the pace is really hotting up. Look how the leaders are trying to break away from the chasing pack. Still 17 in the chasing pack, though, in total. It's Mendes, Turner, Okanuki, Agaska here, number 38. De Percio, the champion, is 5th. Chris Clark is now up into 6th position, incredible. Krabacher is 7th from Pastore. Boccanegra, Salas is down to 10th. Turner, late on the brakes, down into the Parabolica. Wonderful, he's made it work. Now, some very interesting suggestions are coming in, as I can see on the YouTube page, and in the background that was Leonardo Marquez just looking behind him, as Mendes now takes the lead from Turner. Thank you very much indeed to Box in this lap, and others who are joining in, suggesting that the commentators should ride one of these bikes at the Cremona Test next season. Are you sure that's a good idea? Incidentally, at the Misano Test in March this season, it was Alex De Percio who topped that one. An incredible lap time at the time of 53.8, and he was almost half a second faster than Charlie Mendes in second place. And it always looked so good, didn't it, for De Percio, right from the testing back in March, and he really has dominated the championship this year. Any more crazy suggestions on the Yamaha Racing YouTube page, feel free. You ask the questions, we'll bring them to you. Down to the right-hander at turn 1. There are the pit boards going out on the left-hand side, and it's anyone's guess as to who's going to take the lead. Boccanegra on the inside line. Is he going to make it work? He just slots into second place. He came from so far back there. He was almost as far back as Lisbon city centre, and he somehow manages to make the apex of the corner and survive and gain 3 positions. He is up to second. Barcelona-based Aimon Boccanegra. He's already finished on the podium 3 times this season. Second yesterday was one of them. And now he sets the fastest lap of the race. Exceeding of track limits in the background there for Agaska. 4 laps to go, including this one. We are now into the final third of the final race of 2025. And it is absolutely fantastic. Mendes on the outside, Turner is in second, Boccanegra, easy to see Aimon with his yellow Senna helmet. Look for Agaska's red crash helmet right in the middle of the pack. It looks menacing, doesn't it? Agaska, though, still on, as you can see, for second in the series. Kugawa with just about straight third. He'd be equal on points with Chris Clark, but if Chris can take one more place, he is up into that top 4. Looking good at the moment for Agaska, but we're not going to know until they cross the line on the last lap. Beñat Fernandez was attacking for the lead in yesterday's Supersport 300 World Championship race. Lost out on the run to the line and ended up 4th and off the podium. Let's just hold our breath and not get too excited. You can hear the Superbike engines being warmed up in the background as these identical Pirelli tyre shod, Total fueled Yamaha R3s blast their way down into the first corner here at Estoril. It's one technician for every 2 riders this season. That was a new initiative for 2025. This means the riders no longer need to bring their own technical crew. It helps to reduce costs. Also, one less thing for the riders to worry about. Allows them to focus on their racing, setting up the bike, and the various media initiatives put in place by Yamaha to help them progress both on and off the track. Just listen to them blasting their way through here. Turn 5. Percio very, very late on the brakes, side by side with Okanuki and up into second position. He's so calm. The rider from Pescara in Italy, that's Pastore being forced out wide in the background there. Agasca as well. Sales is in the middle of both of them. Sales is on the inside line, number 42, out of the Oreia corner. Charlie Mendes has retaken the lead from Alex de Percio. Runs wide and loses the position. Up through the chicane again. Chris Clark, number 5. Here he is from Arlington, Virginia. 18 years of age. I say Arlington, Virginia. That's on his license, but officially he's actually from Fairfax. Down the start-finish straight again and just 2 laps to go. And this 4-way fight for second in the championship has already become a 3-way fight because Kugawa is out of this race. Did you see how wide Emanuele Pastore was? And he rejoins the track in the lead of the race. Unbelievable stuff from number 55. 17 years old from Segrate in Italy. Pastore is searching for his first win in the World Cup. Can he put it off here in Estoril, where he won the super finale at the end of last season? We haven't had an R3 super finale this year, but we have had an R7 super finale, which was won at the Bol d'Or by the Spanish rider Marco Diaz just a few weeks ago. And what a great 2 races that was. It went right down to the wire. Boccanegra retakes the lead. So, is your favourite rider in the group? I would imagine so, because pretty much the whole field is in the leading group here. All 22 riders left in the race, of the 23 who started, are officially classified in the leading group. Absolutely incredible. 12.2 seconds covers the field. Less than 1 second covered the top 10 as they last crossed the line. And who's going to win? Let's see if the lead... Oh my goodness, Chris Clark from Fairfax in the States had to slam on the front brake there to avoid contact with the rider in front of him. Here he is. He did a very good job to avoid an incident there. What can he do for this championship, though? He's going to be absolutely gutted if he doesn't come out of here inside the top 3. He led the championship when he won in Portimao. He's been second for pretty much the whole season. And down goes the number 81 of Danny Krabacher. The Austrian is out as we start the final lap of the season. Here we go then, the final lap of 2025, and who is going to win this race? Who is going to finish second in the championship? Imon Boccanegra dives up the inside, he's done this before. Pastore has to sit up, he gives him space. Alessandro Binder runs wide and rejoins. The Gene Machine takes the lead. Gene Turner, he's been on the podium once this season. Can he make it a win here today? Up through turn 3 on the last lap. It's been absolutely fantastic entertainment all through the campaign. And just savor now the last 2/3 of racing in 2025 before it all gets underway again. In 2026, it's Turner, Boccanegra, the top 2, searching for their first win. Can Alex de Percio do what Alex de Percio does so well by coming through on the last lap and winning again? If he does, it will be 8 wins from 12, would you believe? De Percio is on the outside. He's currently in 3rd place. Boccanegra is looking so aggressive. Do not look behind you, Gene Turner. They're all right there, as if you needed reminding. Down into the Oreia corner on the last lap. Watch for De Percio. Watch for De Persio. He's up into second now. Then it's Boccanegra, but Imon Boccanegra's going to go on the attack of the champion as we come up to the chicane. He's on the inside, they're nearly touching. Turner still leads. De Persio's doing a wonderful job to defend there. Just 2 corners to go. Gene Turner has the advantage, but they might do him on the slipstream on the run to the line. 55 is Pastore, Binder just behind him. Boccanegra with the yellow helmet is in 3rd position, trying to win for the first time. Turner leads, trying to win for the first time. And now it's going to be one of these drag races to the line. Clark is out, Mendes is out, but who's going to win over the line? Side by side, and Imon Boccanegra wins for the first time by 1/100th of a second. He comes through in the last race of the season, and the Barcelona-based Brazilian with the Ayrton Senna tribute helmet in the 40th anniversary year of Senna's first F1 win here in 1985 has won in a quite fantastic final race of the year for the R3 World Cup. Imon Boccanegra beats De Persio by just 1/100th of a second, but would you believe it, on the last lap, a collision between Clark and Mendes, so it means that Arai Agaska grabs second in the championship. Mario Sales is 3rd overall, Kugawa 4th, and Clark 5th. The stewards are investigating the turn 7 incident between Clark and Mendes. I wonder what happened there. Alex De Persio celebrates with Arai Agaska, 1st and 2nd in the championship, and there's 3rd in the championship, just alongside. Mario Sales runs down these serrated curbs. Number 42, you are looking at your top 3 for the R3 World Cup in 2025. And Gene Turner, a 2nd podium of the season, in 3rd place. He missed out there, despite finishing 3rd by less than 1/10 of a second, or it would have been his first race win. Say goodbye to the Pirelli tyres. I think we're going to get some burnouts as everybody congratulates your 2025 champion, Alex De Persio. Arai Agaska there has become a real star in 2025, the Indonesian. The crowd going mad here. Valentino Miloni from Argentina was up on the foot pegs as well. And look at that winning margin. 114 points ahead of Agaska here was Alex De Persio. By far, the most dominant season we have seen so far, following in the footsteps of Iker Garcia, Enzo Valentin, Emiliano Ercolani, and Mark Vick, who celebrated his 19th birthday here on Thursday. Alex De Persio has destroyed the competition, and we cannot wait to see what he can achieve as he steps up to the first ever Sports Bike World Championship here in the World Superbike paddock, racing the Yamaha R7 next season. Here comes Gene Turner, following your winner, Imon Boccanegra. From 12 races, we've had 6 different winners this year. And there's De Persio. What an absolutely splendid season for the young man from Pescara. He's only 18. He'll turn 19 on the 28th of March next season. From 12 races, he's had 7 wins and 11 podiums. His only retirement was a crash that was not his fault in the 2nd race of the season at Portimao. Every time he's finished a race, he's finished on the podium. Absolutely incredible. He was 3rd in the World Cup last season. Georgia Wells with a beaming smile for one last time. Unai Calatayud, the Supersport 300 rider and good friend of Alex de Percio, also down there. His number 69 was chosen when he was 4 years old. Because like so many who've run number 69, he said, if I crash and the bike turns over, the number reads the same upside down. 23 doesn't read the same upside down, but it doesn't matter because Boccanegra finished rubber side down to take his first victory and only victory of the season. Well done to him. De Percio second from Turner, Okanuki and Binder. Well done, Binder. A real star in the final 2 rounds. Pastore was 6th for Magasca to confirm 2nd overall. Sales was 8th to confirm 3rd overall from Motala. Konetzovic has been a real find this weekend. The Australian, well done. 44 has been penalised for exceeding track limits at turn 4 on the last lap. So Germano drops to 12th. It puts Gomez up to 11th. Palmolski was 13th. Marquez 14th. And David Novak completing a difficult season in 15th place. Sunsolar, Maloney, Jimenez, that's Rosita Jimenez. Nice to see her competing here this weekend for the first time. Betancourt, your 19th and final finisher. Kugawa was taken out. Krabacher had an incident. Clark and Mendes somehow collided on the last lap as well. But what about Eamon Boccanegra?
Eamon, an incredible race victory to round out the year. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's a difficult race because I started in the beginning behind, and yeah, in the last lap I go to the first position, and I don't have words for this first victory. I say thank you for my team. My team is incredible. Do a good job in this race and all of the race. Thank you for my dad, my mom. Thank you for all, and muito obrigado a todo mundo. Vamos!
Thank you very much to Tom Bradbury, and whether it's English, Portuguese or Spanish, Eamon Boccanegra can express his sheer delight. He is absolutely exultant as he comes across the line to win. What a wonderful last race. You see the Brazilian flag replacing one of the headlamp stickers there on the front of the Yamaha R3. And now he will apply the brakes. Don't forget to stop at turn 1. We've seen so many riders celebrating a first win in the past and then overshooting the first corner on their slowdown lap because they're celebrating so much they forget they need to get the bike slowed down. But he did not fail to do so. He certainly got round turn 1 on his slowing down lap. And it's not just any slowing down lap. It's a victory lap for the first time for the ebullient Eamon Boccanegra. We've been rhapsodizing about him for pretty much the whole season. Extremely aggressive when he wants to be and needs to be, but in racing like this, you have to be extremely aggressive. It's a case of pass or be passed, as we've seen time and time again, and this race was a perfect example of that. Absolutely incredible. Just 1/100th of a second covering the top 2 riders. Yesterday it was just over 1/10 of a second. But today, 0.01 was the gap. And I can confirm to you, as I look at my list, that that now goes into the top 5 of closest ever finishes in 60 races of the R3 World Cup. This was race 60, 0.01 was the gap, the 5th closest finish. The closest ever was 4/1000ths of a second when Iker Garcia beat Julian Giral by just 4/1000ths 4 years ago in Barcelona.
Will be made by the Yamaha Motor Company Motorsport Strategy Divisional General Manager, Mr. Tetsuo Ono, and he begins now with the presentation.
So Gene Turner, the 17-year-old from Hiroshima in Japan, secures another podium, 2 this season for Gene, as he finishes 9th in the championship. The champion, Alex de Percio, an 11th podium from 12 races, 7 times a winner this season for the 18-year-old from Pescara in Italy. And your winner, our 6th different winner of the season, his first ever, number 23, Eamon Boccanegra. First victory and a double podium here, which takes him up to 4 podiums for the season. And with plenty of Brazilians watching here in Portugal, it's the national anthem of Brazil for Boccanegra.
Congratulations to the top three. If I can ask Jean, Kento and also Alessandro, let's join together please, guys, with Eamon on the top step.
And so the same Brazilian national anthem that played out here 40 years ago for Ayrton Senna's first ever Formula One Grand Prix victory for Lotus plays out here for Aimon Boccanegra's first ever victory in the R3 World Cup. What a special moment for the man with the Senna replica helmet. Senna was 25 years of age when he won here in 1985. Aimon Boccanegra 10 years younger than that still at the moment at 15. Aimon Boccanegra is a winner. What a great end to the season. And De Percio is the man. 11 podiums from 12. Turner on the podium again this weekend. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's been watching with us so far this season and all across the 5 seasons we've had thus far. It's been a pleasure. Ian, Ollie, everybody at Yamaha, and we hope for more drama in 2026, and the calendar for that will be revealed in Jerez in Spain next weekend. So look at that for De Percio, the most enormous winning margin we've ever seen by a long, long way. 114 points. Agasca grabbed second in the last race for Mario Salas. Kugawa, and unfortunately for Chris Clark, having been second all through the season, he ends up 5th in the final standings. Ivan Spada was a star earlier on in the campaign, not least that very grassy moment he had flying down the Craner curves at Donington Park. I will not be forgetting that one in a hurry. And I have to say as well, bad luck today for Tepai Kugawa, who was second in the championship coming into the race, taken out in an incident that was not his fault on only the second lap. Well, there we are, then that's the end of our coverage for 2025. It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us. And we have a new winner to end the 25 campaign. Aimon Boccanegra wins at Estoril, but hats off, chapeau to Alex De Percio, our dominant 2025 champion.
These incredible guys, riders, that complicated my life, but then was beautiful, and yeah, we finished here with second place, but I won the championship, and this is the most important thing, and I'm so excited for next year. And thank you to everyone, thank you to